Thank you for joining us on the RP Experience. I'm your host, Andrew Regenhard, and today we are here with one of our preferred partners, Marc Devisse with Tri-Town Construction. Welcome. And one of our top producing agents locally in Southwest Florida, Evan Correale with Domain Realty. On that note, Marc, welcome. Do you want to start us off and tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into why you invited Evan?
Sure thing, Andrew. A little bit about myself. I moved here about 30 years ago. I've been in Southwest Florida, grew up here, went to FGCU and graduated marketing degree. I've known that I wanted to be in business my entire life, starting a dog sitting business when I was 13. That miserably failed. I've always known I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know what it was going to be. So in 2006, when I started, the economy down here was booming. Everybody graduating college went to mortgages, real estate, or construction. So I started in real estate. I dabbled in it, didn't really like it. I met somebody who did construction. I worked with him, and just really loved the business. So I would say a little bit later on, things slowed down, and Rich was like, "Hey, Mark, I love you, but I can't pay you to hang out." And I just went out on my own, and I started my own construction company. Started with $1,000 jobs here and there, and all of a sudden I got a $10,000 job, and I thought I made it. Called all my friends, I made it.
Yep.
So since then I've just been growing the business and living here in Southwest Florida, enjoying every minute of it, enjoying the community, just really trying to give back, do big things here, and just meeting great people and constantly improving.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your family. You got a son, and I know you're traveling around all the time with him.
I've got a pretty big family. I got 2 brothers and a sister who were all about the same age and all entering or in our, adult career lives. And I've got a son. He's 13 now, just started 8th grade. It's just unbelievable how fast it goes. So, and then I just recently engaged. So
Congratulations. That's awesome.
New chapter of life. So
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. It's awesome. You obviously invited Evan for a reason. He's one of these top producing agents here in Southwest Florida. So we're welcome, Evan.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, we keep talking about you. We're going to let you speak here where you get to tell your story. So tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from and everything.
So I've been in South Florida my whole life. Southeast Florida, I grew up, and I moved here 11 or 12 years ago, Southwest Florida, for FGCU. And a little bit about me is I was in school. I knew it wasn't my thing. I wasn't great at it. And I knew as soon as I was out of school, I was going to do something big. I wanted to, right? And somehow, some way, I just got my real estate license like a lot of other people do. And I think it was a good time. It was like 2014. I think that's about when it happened. The market was doing really well, and things kind of just took off from there. It's all I've done.
It's awesome.
I love it. Yeah. So I'm married. My wife and I have been together for 6 or 7 months now. We have a baby girl who's due in about 60 days, 70 days. So we're really excited about that.
It's huge. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, man. And that's it.
I feel like a little baby with you guys. Not married, no kids. You guys are all adults compared to me, right? All right, let's talk about some businesses. Obviously, Tri-Town Construction is one of our amazing partners here with Southwest Florida. But Marc, you didn't stop there. You decided to dabble in the restaurant life as well. So first of all, Tri-Town Construction. Give us an overview of the business. Tell us a little bit about what sets you guys apart as well.
Sure. Thanks, Andrew. So we started in 2006. We're celebrating our 15-year anniversary. And, when I started, I was 22 years old. I had braces. I had glasses. It was just hard to get respect in the room.
Yeah.
And just, growing it and just continually not giving up and meeting new people, creating new relationships has just been, part of the game. So I would say, it's been a lot of growing pains. It's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of great ups, some not so great downs. But I would say, let's say 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, things were going great. We just got over Irma. Things were, getting back to normal. And I thought I should diversify into something different. I've always wanted to do different business, do something, keep growing. So I had the idea of, starting Seaside Bar and Grill in Bonita. I live in Bonita. I felt like Bonita needed something younger, great food, great entertainment, neighborhood hangout. So we went into construction. It took about 8 months. We totally redid the place. I mean, it's a really nice build out. And the day we planned on opening up is the day COVID hit and we had to shut everything down. So it's been a challenge, just trying to get people there, make sure people feel comfortable, are having fun, still wanting to go out. It's definitely been a challenge. And
you even made it in the paper, didn't you?
well, you got to look at the blessings that come with it. Closing down that day gave us a story to pitch to the media. We have gotten on the front page of a lot of articles because of that, and because we're still here because of that. And starting Tri-Town Construction in 2006, it was right before the recession or the market crash that we had. So I started the business right before that. I'm really good at business. I'm just not really good on timing on when to open up.
You and me both. I started in March 2020, and it's been a journey. So,
but if you can make it through that, I mean,
exactly.
It's just like with the construction, you made it through that, and now look at it. So
Sure thing.
I want to touch on too on Tri-Town. I want to get into Seaside a little bit more as well. But with Tri-Town, you guys are doing everything. I mean, anyone that we refer you out to that people are like, yep, they can do pretty much anything. Do you have a limitation on what you guys are capable of doing, or where you kind of refer out, or what's your specialties within the construction?
Yeah, so when I first started, business was slim. It was hard to find clients. So my motto's always been, trying to do as much as you can for each client, right? We don't specialize in remodeling or roofing, or we never have in the past. But we wanted, if you think construction, we wanted you always to be able to call us, and either we can help you or we know one of our partners who can help you. We never want to say, no, we can't do that. No, we can't help you. And I think that's what's really helped us survive over the years, because at some points, example, after Irma, there was no high-end remodeling going on. It was all roofing, emergency work, mold work, hurricane restoration. And if we had specialized in just the high-end remodeling, it would have been very hard for us to survive. And then, before that, when there wasn't as much roofing and the high-end remodeling. So we're able to adapt and pivot very quickly into the market conditions. And just, we want to help our clients succeed with any projects, real estate closing, anything that they're looking to do that has to do with construction. We want to help be there for them.
Now, are you limited to residential? Are you guys doing commercial as well?
We are doing commercial build-outs. We've built a few Jimmy John's. We just finished a great spa, Canterbury Spa and Gulf Coast Town Center. We just, again, it goes to not specializing in one thing, but specializing in construction, where we can read blueprints. We can help customers build their dream business, build their dream home, remodel their dream home. Just anything in construction, we want to be there for you.
Awesome. Yeah. Evan, let's talk about you in real estate for a second here.
Sure.
So, all right, you're killing it, right? Mad kudos to you. So you had mentioned you got your license. Let's talk about that.
Sure.
What really spawned you to be like, I want to become a realtor and deal with people and their issues all day long?
So looking back, I knew I didn't want to work for like a big corporate job. It was just something that I didn't have any interest in for whatever reason. It was just a natural feeling. And
you didn't want to sit at a desk all day?
I didn't want to sit at a desk.
Oh, okay.
Well, seeing how bad I was with college, I mean, do something different, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what I started doing after school is I started washing cars, detailing cars with another guy you had on here. And it was hard work. But
who is that?
David Greninger. Yeah.
Yep. You
and,
guys.
I think we were both washing cars in between school and getting our license. It was like this weird period.
Yeah.
And looking back, I loved it, but at the time, it was really hard work.
Yeah.
But, it was a huge blessing looking back. So I think one day I was having a conversation with my dad, and he's like, well, you know how to hustle. He's like, why don't you get your real estate license or some other type of license where you could sell something? And I said, all right, let's do it. And I failed my test 4 times. 5th time I passed.
There you go.
He's not a
And,
quitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not a
there you go.
quitter.
He
I
won't
guess
give
I'm not
up.
good with tests, but so I got my license. I started at a really small local brokerage. It was actually just a broker and I
Okay.
in Estero, and that was another huge blessing. I did I think I did 4 or 5 years there. Started selling a bunch, and then I moved to a big brokerage, Compass, here in Naples, and started doing good there, and just kind of riding the wave. I wouldn't. There's nothing I could pinpoint on why business has taken off so much, other than I just work really hard and find answers to problems. And now I'm with Domain, another brokerage out of Bonita and Estero in Naples. I'll be here for a long time.
That's awesome.
Adam Rudd's our broker, and we're just we click really well.
Good.
Yeah,
Adam's
so-
a great guy. So now you keep saying Bonita Estero. Is that predominantly where you're working? You're
Yeah.
helping your clients?
So I do most of my business between Bonita, Estero, and Fort Myers.
Okay.
Definitely, I would split it evenly. Estero's where I live at, and I would say actually that's probably where I do the most work. But again, I've sold in Miami and Tampa and Fort Lauderdale, so it's all over the place.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A house is a house, right?
That's
Just-
right.
Just location.
Same
might change.
contracts all over the place.
Good. Tell me a little bit about maybe something that sets you apart. I obviously am connected with both of you individuals on every platform that they have nowadays, and you were doing a lot of questions and answers. So
Yeah.
I would love to hear, what kind of started that? Why were you doing it, and what kind of feedback did you get?
Yeah, so that was interesting. Why did I start it? My wife talked me into it. We have so many people that ask
She
us
is the boss, so
questions.
good
Yeah.
thing you listened.
We have people who call me and text me every day and ask questions and stuff, and I could feel that they're hesitant to ask because they understand they might not be buying something right now or selling something right now, but they have a question. So I'm like, look, I've got enough time, so
Yeah.
it's an easy way to post, and the feedback you get is crazy. I mean, you post one question and answer, and you'll get 20 to 30 questions, 40 questions a day.
Wow.
So yeah, I did that for a little bit, had fun with it. I'll continue it in the future when some of my contracts slow down and we've got time again. But that was really good.
Let's talk about you guys' relationships. Mark, you obviously invited Evan to join you today. That's how this RP experience is. One of our amazing partners gets to invite a top agent here in Southwest Florida onto the podcast. So tell us a little bit about your guys' relationships.
Sure. Yeah. So I think Evan was still in FGCU later years, or maybe just out. He was working with a buddy of mine who turned out to be a buddy of mine, and they came and did a little bit of marketing for us, and then I think we kind of lost touch.
Yeah.
And I don't know. A few years later, I posted something on Facebook. Hey, it's hard to find guys who are wanting to fish during the week, and he's like, "I'll go." I'm like, "All right." So him and I went fishing. I think maybe a couple other buddies. And our relationship just, grew from there. I respect a hardworking guy. You can't find a more hardworking person than him. Sometimes a little irritating, canceling plans to go work. Come on, but I've been there. We do it. But yeah, I mean, I just respect the hustle. I respect people who are trying to do better in life, and him and I just kind of clicked. And over the years, we've hung out personally, we've hung out in business, we've done deals together. It's just a good relationship between the two of us.
Yeah, we started out as friends, and now I use him pretty often with my deals when we need something done to a property. He's done countless roofs for my clients in between closings and whatnot. But yeah, we're friends and business partners in that way.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yep.
That's nice to have that relationship. You guys still get out fishing, or what do you guys like to do recently? I mean, you guys are
been a
both
while.
obviously
Yeah, it's been a while. for
settling
sure.
down and
Yeah.
kids,
Mhm.
if not kid on the way. But
We did a really fun, what was it, a lobster trip out of South Miami.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
was a
yeah.
good time, yeah.
Last 2 years ago, mini
Yeah.
season in Miami. That was fun, and just no excuse, but time goes by so
Yeah.
fast. And
It's easy to put it off, and then
yeah.
you look back and you regret it. But
Yeah. So right now, I think we're both taking advantage of the hot market, doing a lot of business, trying to focus on our careers. And, you know, we'll be ready when times slow down. If times slow down, to spend more personal time together with and having fun. You know, we just got to take advantage of the times right now.
Yeah, for sure. We want to touch on the market. But before that, you had mentioned, Evan, that you're using him for a lot of your different deals. Why is it so critical, you know, for you to have a resource like Marc?
Well, when you're selling real estate, I think the process you have you have to have a really good process in place to make things happen, to do a high number of sales. The people you know and the people you communicate with are going to help you close. You know, if they're the right people, they'll really help you close a lot more deals and keep the clients happy. So, we use Marc. Marc's my first point of contact if we need a contractor, if we need really anything done, whether it's a renovation or a roof, or we've even we've met a few times with clients to build custom houses. And
when you say you need a contractor, you know, someone outside of the real estate realm, you know, and they're buying a house, why would you need a contractor? At what point do you need a contractor?
Yeah, so that's probably more of a question for Marc. And I would if my client asked me that, I would just tell them to contact him and ask him that question. But from my experience, I would say if it involves permitting, like if you're gutting a house or if you're doing a roof or any of that type of work, not just handyman work, but big work, I feel like that's when I would put them in contact with Marc rather than a handyman to, you know, put new countertops on.
So when Evan and other realtors are dealing with clients, sometimes it's either selling. So when I'm called in is if we're selling and there's work to be done before putting it on the market, possibly re-roofing, you know, maybe it's smart to put a roof on before you sell in order to make this transaction happen quicker, or maybe it's just a fresh paint or, you know, some cosmetic stuff. And then I'm also called in a lot when we are buying and customers are looking to get ideas of what they can do with the house. You know, the first thing many people want to do when they buy a house is make it their own. So maybe it's redoing the kitchen, maybe it's the bathrooms, maybe it's making it open concept. And what I can do is I can come in there, help. And what I do is come in there and help give ideas and just brainstorm, hey, this is what you can do. These are some rough numbers so you can make an intelligent decision of your purchase. Maybe there's foundation issues, or maybe you're asking if the roof, you know, useful life of the roof. We're there to help close the deal, and we're there to make customers and the person buying or selling comfortable with buying or selling.
Now, what do you see in Evan with, you know, Marc also, but just in general, because obviously sometimes you sell houses and they're turnkey, ready to go, and they don't need any work. How are you getting a deal to close right now?
So just like Marc said, adaptation. So I've kind of experienced 4 different markets right now. I feel like from the come up after the recession to where people got comfortable, and then you saw COVID, and now you see post-COVID. Even though we're still in it, you're kind of on the back end of it. So it's adaptation throughout the whole thing. And right now is the hardest time out of. When I say hard, I don't mean that in a bad way, but some people are having a really hard time right now getting deals. Fortunately, we have a process in place, and we always adapt. No matter the market, we're going to adapt to it, and we're getting our clients' houses, and we're getting their houses sold if they need it. When I say we, I just brought on my first full-time employee with maybe 7 or 8 months ago at this point. So I've taught her the process, and two people are better than one, you know, and we
say that all the time.
To answer your question directly, it's a combination of a lot of things when I say the process, but one of the most important things is to be so proactive, to not wait and expect something to just fall in your lap. It's to go get it, right? So if you're working with the buyer and they want something, don't just look at the active market. Think outside the box. Maybe contact people you know who own homes that aren't for sale. Or there's just all different types. There's so many different types of ways, you know, but to cover it all, it's just to be proactive and every single day, 7 days a week.
Another way to say that is to hustle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You just don't sit around and wait for
Yeah.
a deal to knock on your door.
Right.
It takes grit. It takes follow up.
Yeah.
You might have sent 100 emails. You got to send 101.
Yeah.
Right. You just got to keep going. Oh, you don't work on Sunday? Well, guess what?
Right,
This
yeah.
guy does. You know, and that's what it takes. And if you want to, yeah, you're going to sell some houses doing a mediocre job in this market in a booming economy. You're going to sell some houses, but you want to be really great at it, you got to hustle.
Yeah, if
There's
you can
no way around it.
I was telling my my coordinator Danielle the other day, like if we can make it in this market, if we could sell 100 homes, 70 to 100 homes in this market, when things cool off, I mean, we're gonna need to bring more people on.
Oh yeah.
So
Sure.
it's a really fun time. I don't look at it in a bad way.
100%.
Keep clients encouraged. You know, let them know, hey, look, you might get burned a couple times, but you know, in 2 years from now, looking back, it's gonna be, you know, humorous.
There's a lot of people out there that are scared of the restaurant life, but they're also kind of excited and want to get into it because, you know, people want to buy low and sell high, right? And when the restaurant life took such a big impact, they want to come in and try to take some market share. What would be your advice as a restaurant owner? Some tricks and tips there.
Sure. So I'm new to the restaurant business 2 years now, 3 years. So in what I've done is I've surrounded myself by a great team. You know, I've got a great GM. I've got a great staff. I'm encouraging to them. I lead them properly. I'm just there I'm there to help. And wherever something's lacking, that's where I step in and help as needed. So just, you know, for us, our food quality, it's very important to me to improve our food quality and constantly improve service. You know, I'm big on, you know, I want to be the Ritz-Carlton of restaurants and construction, not the Walmart of construction and restaurants. So I take that in my businesses everywhere. I think that's very important to me. High quality, high service, and just a very great experience when you're dealing with myself, any one of my staff members in either company. You know, I have the same values when it comes to business, no matter what business it is.
What, you know, tell someone that wants to get in the construction life, what you would recommend.
Sure. Build relationships, you know, whether it be with your subcontractors, your vendors, your customers, acquaintances, business professionals, just really business and in relationships are what count. You know, putting an ad in phone book or on Google or, you know, that's fine. You're going to get a call, but the really great projects, the really great experiences that you're going to get are from people who know you, who like you, and who want to work with you. And, you know, doing things like that, building the community, giving back to the community, hosting events for, you know, less fortunate or anything that you can do to make the world better, your environment better, your community better, will return back to you tenfold.
Evan, we're gonna go over to you here. The market is hot, and everyone wants to be a realtor. Right. Not very many people have your success in such a short amount of time. So please dive in. You know, give some recommendations.
So, two things that come to mind is to have a good team. So this relates back to relationships, but have a good team. So you want a really good real estate attorney. You want a really good title company. You want a really good mortgage lender. You want a really good inspector, or a few of each, right? It's better to have a few than just one. But mortgage company, title, attorney, inspector, handyman, contractors.
Really good contractor.
Yeah. I'd say that's a key point. So you have to have this team that everyone's on the same page and everyone works together. And secondly, I think having routine is really important. This is something my dad taught me. My dad was never in real estate, but he said, like, find a routine that works and just stick to it. You know, every day, stick to it. 7 days.
What time were you up this morning?
I'm usually up 6:30, 6:45 every day.
I was gonna say, I think we were all texting at like 5:30 this morning. So I think everyone has a routine in here. And
I
love that
critical.
routine.
Yeah.
I love that. My mornings are to myself.
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
And at the same time, like the routine for yourself and the routine for business, like you can't just have a business routine all day long. You got to have some in and out with
100%.
personal time.
You got to clear that mind.
Yeah.
Some of my best ideas come when I'm not trying to have a good idea. They're just, I'm relaxing, I'm working out, I'm just, all of a sudden that light bulb hits, and it's just like, why didn't I think of that earlier?
Yeah. I think, part of the routine is exercise. I'm a huge advocate for exercising. I think it gets your mind right. And if you make it, a daily thing, your mind will be clear. And at least with me, it's less foggy, and I could think clear, and I could handle business a lot better.
We're going to end this podcast, even though it's been amazing, with some speed rounds. All right.
Cool.
For the listeners, they never know what's on these speed rounds. We do not tell them. These are the first time they're going to be hearing these questions. So, obviously, we want to first dive in, and we want to talk with you, Marc, here. First question. On a given day, would you rather run a restaurant or a construction site?
I would rather run a construction site.
Why?
Why? Because there's more impact.
You're adrenaline junkie, aren't you?
Yeah.
You and me both. All right, this one's for both of you guys. All right. All you can eat oysters or all you can eat shrimp?
Shrimp.
Oysters.
Oh, I see. I would do oysters for sure. Why do you shrimp?
Well, I just went on vacation for a week and ate oysters for 7 days straight.
Where'd you go?
Just happened. Savannah and then Charleston. And I probably ate 10 dozen oysters.
Oh, I'm jealous. All right. Can we go get oysters after this? What's the oddest construction request and real estate request?
I don't know about requests, but some of the jobs, the before jobs and before pictures that I've gone into, some of the jobs with carpeted bathrooms or 1970s style design, some of them could be pretty amazing to look at.
Oh, I bet they. I'm cringing just thinking about it.
One was actually with Evan. It was right after the Tiger King came out, and there was pictures of tigers in the bathroom and carpeted, shaggy bathroom floors, and it was as if that Joe King or Tiger King had lived there.
Yeah. Wow.
I get asked all the time if the house is haunted, and like not in a joking manner. Like, people want to know what happened in this house. Like, why is it selling? Is it haunted? And typically with older homes like that, did
Things
people
happen.
pass away?
Yeah, things happen. Yeah.
And sometimes I shouldn't say haunted, but sometimes some crazy stuff happened in the house prior to selling it.
I've heard a few stories.
Hey, you want a good price or what?
Right, exactly.
There was one house that I would not go in. The clients went in. I opened the door for him, but I would not go in.
All right, we got to know why.
Oh, man. Lady passed away in it and was in it for I think she was in it for 2 months before anyone got to her.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
And my guy bought it. He bought it.
Can't pass up a good deal.
Oh, man.
You needed Marc to clean out everything. Marc's like,
I don't think it was 2 months. I think it was a month.
Oh, that's a month too long.
Yeah.
So, all right, last question. You guys love to travel. You guys both work really, really hard. You guys need to clear your minds, and you guys like to travel. Oh, yeah. All right. So, first of all, what's the next place that you're going to be going to, and what is your dream spot to vacation to?
Wow, yeah. I've been all over the world pre-COVID. We got back from Asia probably 3 months before COVID came. But I really like Europe. 2022, we got a Greece trip planned.
Nice.
So if everything keeps going well and COVID doesn't rear its head up again, then we're going to Greece as a big family.
As good as it gets.
Really?
It's super deluxe, and that's that in the States, that's probably my favorite place to go.
Well, I'd love to keep chatting with you guys, but obviously we're out of town here. So, Mark, I really appreciate it. What you're doing with Tri-Town Construction as well as Seaside is very impressive. And thank you for inviting Evan. Evan, you're killing the game.
Thanks, man.
Amazing work, and I can't wait to see you grow even further and take off even more. So.
Thanks,
As
Andrew.
always, Southwest Florida Real Producers is here at Venture X Podcast. We're extremely thrilled to have you all on here, and we're pumped to bring Real Producers on air. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks.